Hello and welcome to day 4. Today we're going to talk about what you need to do now that you've decided traditional or self-publishing. So for traditional publishing, your next step is to write a proposal and pitch it either to an agent or a publisher. If you are self-publishing, your next step is to create a plan for yourself in order to go the distance and have a solid book that you know is good. Now, let me stop and step back just a little bit because in the last video, we did not talk about agents. There was just not enough time. So an agent is a go-between between the writer and a traditional publisher. So the process is very similar to traditional publishing. You would pitch yourself and your idea to an agent, and they would decide whether or not they want to take you on as a client. If they do, then they will shop your idea around to different traditional publishers and help you refine your idea and find the right connections to go to the right publisher to help you actually get a traditional publishing deal. Now, again, if your goal is not necessarily to go wide and you really do want the royalties from your book, then an agent may not be your best option because an agent will split royalties with you because, of course, they have been doing the work with you to make this book a reality. So that's the deal on agents. So when you are traditionally or self-publishing, you need to create some kind of foundation, whether that's a proposal or just a plan. But it's a foundation. Just like we talked about at the beginning, your writing routine is brick on brick on brick on brick. But before you get those bricks and bricks and bricks, you need a solid foundation. You need to know that your book is actually good and that it can sustain all of these ideas without crashing in on itself. So there's a lot involved in a proposal, but I've broken it down into 3 main components. And for all of my self-publishing clients, we go through each of these 3 components and ask several questions to get into the heart of what is most important for the book and how to make sure that it actually happens. So these 3 components, the first one is you as a writer. So remember, again, we talked about creating that writing habit. Your traditional publisher is going to want to know what that habit is and how you're actually going to make this book a reality. They also want to know more about your expertise, about your marketing abilities, who you are as a person so that they feel comfortable investing in you. Now, even when you are self-publishing, I still recommend, having a writing routine and recalling your own expertise for any self-doubt or criticism that comes along the way of this writing journey. When you get ahead of it at the beginning, you just go a lot further. Your second component is going to be your audience. So if you remember, again, on day 2, we talked about connecting with your people, building that marketing or that platform, whatever it may be, of just connecting with your people and knowing what they need. Your book is only going to be as good as you know your audience. What are her fears? What are her problem points? A traditional publisher is going to want to see what your past marketing experience is and what your future plans are after this book launches. They do some of the marketing, but they don't do all of it. And they want for you to be experienced enough so that they can throw you up on a podcast or have you do a bunch of blog posts and that you can handle that kind of marketing. Again, this is an investment for them and they want to know that you can do the marketing part of it as well. So this is where you will also put in all of your followers, your email numbers, all of those things. And if you are self-publishing, this is important for you to know as well of whether or not how you are going to market your book after it gets published. So the third component is going to be the book itself, and we'll talk about that in the next video.